Hey there. Um, this is a video series that I plan on doing so that people that know me can follow along in what I'm about to go through, but also for people who are going to go through what I'm going to go through. So let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle. A lot of my close friends call me M. For no real reason other than my wife uh, sort of calling me M because she said I didn't seem like Michelle. Um, I am 43 years old. I have multiple sclerosis and I am a runner. Recently, this past October ish, I was training for a half marathon, and that's something that I do pretty regularly. It wasn't my first half marathon, and we were moving at the same time, and my legs started to hurt, and I thought, oh, maybe I pulled something. So I took a few days off because, like I said, it wasn't my first half marathon. I've been running years, a decade or more. Um, and I'm sorry that I keep looking off to the side. I'm not used to this. This is not something that I do. I don't make videos. I don't do, I'm on all this some social media, but I'm not really. Um, I scroll through TikTok. I don't make TikToks or anything like that. But so anyway, I was training for this half, and my leg was hurting. Gave it a few days rest. It was kind of okay, like walking around. But then when I went to go do just like an easy run, it was really bad. And I thought, I'm going to do what most people do, right? And hop on the internet and find out that I have leg cancer or some shit like that. And found out, I went to the doctor. He's like, okay, well, let's get an x-ray. Because I said to him, I said, my concern is either I have a quad tear, which would mean I would skip this race. That's fine. My biggest concern was that I was going to have a stress fracture and I was going to have to take months upon months off and possibly go to PT. But still, totally doable and okay. Um, so I go, my doc says, hey, let's get you an x-ray. Let's just make sure that, let's my doctor listens to me. So when I said I'm concerned that I might have a stress fracture, he wanted to see if he had to order a CAT scan or an MRI or anything else after that. So he literally orders me this x-ray, and almost instantaneously I get the results, you know. And he says, you have to go see an orthopedic specialist. And I said, for why? And he said, it appears as if you have severe osteoarthritis. You have bone on bone. There's nothing cushioning your hip. And he's like, I'm not an osteo doc. I'm your regular doc. So I need you to go see this. So they put in what's considered like emergency orders, which means within 7 days, someone had to call me to make an appointment. I go to this appointment and I'm terrified, right? Because what do I immediately do? Immediately get back on Google like an idiot. And I was like, I'm never gonna run again. Sorry, coffee. So I had these sort of waves of emotions that I'm going through, right? Like that I'm never gonna run again. My life is over. Not that I'm like a professional runner. It's just that I really enjoy running. Running is a big part of my life. Um, I usually pick one or two bigger races a year and do those. I had every intention of doing this half marathon and then training for an ultra. It was gonna be my first 50K. And I had my plan set up. I had my weight training set up. I had everything set up, nutrition. I was going through all sorts of stuff. And I went through sort of like a deep depression about it. And so they said to me, I go see this osteo PA, like a physician's assistant. Really, really nice, super understanding. Um, Says, okay, so, we have some options. She goes, it appears as if, the doctor has said that you are eligible for a total hip replacement. She's like, now, if you want to try other things first, we can do that. That's fine. We can try shots. We can try physical therapy. I said, yeah, of course I want to try other things first. Um, None of those things helped. So I got the shot in my hip, the steroid shot. It helped for one day. And I guess the gist of it is that, like, your hip, whatever joint is a hard one to get I mean, they're jamming that thing in there like they're trying to get to my other leg. And um, it helped for one day. And then I started to notice that, like, my quality of life sort of went down. Um, and I'm only 43. So you're probably wondering, like, how I ended up with such a bad hip. And I know a lot of people will be like, see, that's what running does. That's not the case. There's no studies that show that. But I was born with something called hip dysplasia, which is something that's, I wouldn't say fairly common, but I have heard of other people who are born with it, and I've heard of friends who have kids who are born with it. I didn't really know what that meant. I'm a 70s baby, and they had commercials to remind our parents to find us at 10 o'clock at night. I don't think anyone was really telling me anything significant about my health. And so basically, when I finally met with the actual surgeon, because I was like, I can't do this. I can't walk up and down the stairs. I can't run. I can't. I was like, I hate being on the treadmill. I hate stationary bikes. I, can't stand. I mean, I like spin classes, but not really like. I use them to sort of supplement other things. So getting my exercise in was really hard. And I decided that I needed to do something about it, because I was just not only physically miserable, mentally and emotionally a train wreck. Sorry, I just, I don't know. It's really hard to talk about. So I opted for I'm opting for the surgery. I will be getting surgery on March 15th, 2023, depending when you're watching this video. I am getting a total hip replacement. And I kind of want to do this, I guess these are called vlogs, video blog, so that people who do know me can sort of follow along, and people who are going through this can also see what the real deal is. Because I think sometimes we get sort of caught up in like what we see on the internet and on Instagram and Facebook. And one of the first things I did when I started going through this was I got off of all social media, because I could not deal with any of the BS. And it's not to say that I don't think social media could be a good thing. It can. It brings lots of people together. I have a lot of friends on social media that I wouldn't have met otherwise, and people who I adore that live in other countries, and that's how we keep in touch. So I just couldn't deal with any of like the fakeness, and having to put on this sort of strong face. I didn't need to be strong. I needed to be weak and sad.